What's good, Relocation Football League fans? It's your boy Smitty, joined here along with Rob Roby and, of course, Coach Fours. I don't know why my light just cut out, but yeah, we are here with a early podcast. I don't know what just happened to me. Maybe it was too high. Okay, my light just cut out, so it's gonna be a little dark, I guess, for me. But yeah. See, we got a couple guys tuning in. We're just going to talk a little bit about the Pro Bowl that just passed just last week. Not really too much going on that. Just good performance, really, by like one guy. But what the perks were that came with that. Our Relo Bowl 9 predictions. As you can see, everything that's on this thumbnail right now. And the current devs. We got some guys who came up. Again, we could talk about it, but we got a little bit of a, from an up, we got a downer with it. So we were just talking about that before we got on here. And of course, some College Series 8 news and open questions. So before we get into this game, I want to ask you guys, because I've seen the community talking about it. How you feeling about this Relo Bowl, man? The community, looking a little silent in the Discord, the Condors and Celtic Tigers player. But I will say this, most of those guys haven't been active to begin with, so they don't really have any like big name known guys that are even really starting. But what's you guys' thoughts?
Well, I'm gonna need Kilo to put his take his lock out his name then, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he walk around call himself the lock, but we don't hear you, brother.
Man, we haven't
so
seen
that lock is not working.
This whole time.
Yeah, we haven't seen Kilos like it got left on a plane or something. But
right. Whoa, too much BMF, man. Too much BMF, bro.
But yeah, it's just been a crazy season, and it's crazy to see these two teams here because honestly, a lot of people have been asking me. I know Smitty wants CT to win, but I'm gonna be honest, guys. It don't matter who win. I'm gonna be happy regardless, man. I'm gonna be happy regardless. And the crazy thing I'm gonna say is, I kind of want Chase McCoy and the Condors to win, though, man. Because what is McCoy? 32 years old. He's probably never going to get back to this position after this season. So he's got a shot to go all the way through, win his first championship, and cement his history in Condors, of course, franchise history as the first guy to take him to the playoffs, first guy to win him a championship, did all this and his tail end of his years. So, that's how I'm looking at it. And if not, I mean, Justin Jones wins the second Relo Bowl at 25 and becomes the ties with Timmy Merritt for the most Relo Bowls for a quarterback, even beating his predecessor in Drake Crowell. And he got a chance to win one on his own. And it's crazy that the storyline came from him faking the field goal, scoring the first touchdown of that game, or he won the championship. So he's contributed really in both. What's you guys' thoughts on, this matchup that we got coming forward here tonight?
Forbes, they calling you the new Bill, man.
Yeah, the new Bill.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let you have that rotation, man. I'll clean up.
Yeah, man, this is what Smitty said, man. You look at Chase McCoy, he's already under a 90 due to age. He's turning 32 next year. Next year will be his last year on contract. So who knows if they decide to bring him back after he turns 33. I think I'd rather see the Condors win than see CT win again. It's too soon. It's too soon. We were supposed to be done with the CT era for at least a couple seasons.
Yeah.
They come right on back. But I'd like to see McCoy win, especially it feels very compared to real life esque Peyton Manning when he went with the Broncos, how the defense carried him all the way there.
Yeah, I mean, would you say that though? Because I mean, Chase McCoy, he did throw 2 picks on that Steamers game.
I'm not talking about like he is Peyton Manning, but you look how they won the games. Obviously in the first round, started 21-0, then Chase McCoy lit it up.
Yeah.
But in the second round, a 17-15 win. And the conference championship was at 19-16.
It was
very low scoring.
17-13. 17-13, yeah.
Yeah, so very low scoring. I think he only scored 1 touchdown in each. But the defense held both of those teams to under 14, so he didn't have to turn it up.
Yeah, this is blasphemous, as Stephen A say, man. Y'all wildin'. I want to see Justin Jones get that chip, man. I'm sorry, guys. Like he waited. No. I want to see him. I want to see this guy. I want to see this guy go in there and get this one. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at this as like I get it. McCoy is 32. We want to see guys, you know, get it before they get out of here. But nah, man, like this is the storyline of Justin Jones. Now I drafted him, right? And he sat on the bench behind the greatest QB, right? And look, man, this is his story, right? This is what you say, Smitty, peak football. This is the peak prime of Justin Jones' career. He cannot lose to Chase McCoy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do not want him losing. So, big salute to the Condors and everything, man. But I hope the Celtic Tigers beat the brakes off y'all like they did the Snowhawks. I hope that it's so bad, right, that they're just handing out chicken wings all over the place, man. Gizzards, everything, every part of the bird, man. I just want it to be handed out. Yes, everything, fried, deep fried. Straight up, man. Yeah, man, and green Kool-Aid.
Green Kool-Aid.
For all the prospects and all the young players in the RFL right now, Justin Jones did it the right way.
Yeah,
he came in, sat down, was a backup because.
Oh, you cut out.
Yeah.
Say it again, because he had cut out.
Just signed it.
Oh, there he is.
There it is. Oh my God, this that going. All right.
Yeah.
We get this fixed.
Justin Jones just got his extension last year or the year before. Was a backup for his first 3 to 4 years, and I think jumped from star to superstar, and now jumping from superstar to X. And this is what the RFL way is supposed to be. Is what Justin Jones is doing.
Yeah.
Those are good things. We're going to dive more into that matchup and who we think going to win. But let's talk a little bit about the Pro Bowl, man. Hey, I know you part of it. We got 2 different conference coaches here that's on the pod with me. And hey, man, what's going on, man? The NRC has won 4 straight, just like the ARC did when the Pro Bowl first started. And the series is literally tied 4-4. And you know what's crazy? What makes this game even more crazy is season 10, I think, is probably going to be our best season for sure yet. With everything that we're hearing, of course, coming with Madden, it can only get better in my opinion, right? And now we got a tiebreaker in the 10th season that's also going to have our first Hall of Fame induction year. Like, season 10 is building up to be crazy, but the NRC gets it done, and they could make it 5, or ARC might end the streak to take that lead. What are you guys thinking about that?
Let me ask you a question first, though, before I'm gonna let Forbes go. But this is the closest the Pro Bowl has ever been.
No, it's been close a couple times. I know
within 5 points.
Yeah, because I remember last year was kind of there was one I think that was by 3 points. Last year was still kind of close to, like, we had combined 2 games, but even when you combine those 2 games, it was 60 to 55. So it was pretty close. What made it fun about this game is I just figured, hey, let's have more fun with the Pro Bowl and not just make it just be some extra game for no reason. I put more stakes in it now. You know, we got Relo bucks now getting paid out every year. And it was funny seeing the heat that the community players were putting on the coaches that were coaching the game, because they're like, yo, bro, if you lose this game, we don't get this $15K, they're going to be on your neck. And the rivalry was crazy.
You just had to put this out now, but not when I coached the Pro Bowl 3 years ago and won. You want to do it now.
Hey, man, it was different times, man. But so what's your thoughts? I mean, I know we probably forgot most about, what happened in this game, but really the only big bright spot I'd say in this game was Marquise Washington. Of course, good defensive play too. It wasn't really too much scoring going on. We seen Coach Hodge try to throw Joseph Gidley under the bus, and he was trash, about to losing the game. We had some crazy, quote unquote collusion going on to get George Granger out of the Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
like it was a funny Pro Bowl, man. What you guys thoughts funny, man.
I don't know. It just, this game, I feel like the game was pretty much played in the first half. Yeah, they went up 21 to 10 in the first half or something like that. And then we saw Savoy and Gidley come out, and it just wasn't the same game. Yeah. The game started with two huge plays to CJ,
Yeah, CJ really turned up.
But yeah, I felt like the first half was really exciting. The second half was something going to happen.
Yeah, I got a conspiracy theory, man. Why this Pro Bowl was so terrible, man? It's because you put the abilities on. If you didn't put the abilities on, this game would have been absolutely outrageous because they would have played their overalls, man. But it's those pesky abilities. Now, look, I think they fixed them for next year. But look, I was like, this is clunky, man. You know, like this is not what we saw from even premier games are better than this. You know, so you know, and then of course, and then no, they were, and then of course there was the snafu from Roland. Who didn't even check his depth chart at all. Despite being on the team.
I'm gonna bail him and myself because I literally forgot that since I went to the week already that the training was already canceled. I assumed that by the time you got on that it was going to be there. So I'm gonna play the bell for that. But yeah, Roland, you didn't even. Mix should have said it, but I didn't talk to Mix about it, so I didn't know. But as the Pro Bowl coach, you got to check and make sure that the roster is right.
You're supposed to be checking it with me. So I'm not going to say, excuse me, Coach Roland, did you set your depth chart and check to make sure that you don't have this and this? I'm not going to say that. Why would I say that? Like, I built the team, and you know me, sleep time with bare head to bed. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy.
That was crazy, man. Because as soon as I seen Chumlee starting the game, I'm like, oh man, you know, and then here's another thing I found out about y'all. Geno Gannon was supposed to be in the Pro Bowl.
Of course.
I don't know how they had a glitch, but
you checked you checked his profile and saw it on there.
What happened is I assumed he wasn't because he wasn't leading for quarterback of the year, even though he was leading for MVP. So I'm like, all right. But then when I advanced to the Relo Bowl, I'm like, okay, maybe that's why he didn't make it. I advanced to the Relo Bowl, and he wins the award.
He's on there.
So I'm like,
crazy,
you know,
bro.
And you know, I don't know if I made the announcement of somebody else winning the quarterback of the year award when we had that podcast, but Geno Gannon actually ended up winning that too. So I'm gonna be posting the awards too on who won. Got some nice graphics back from my guy C Beazle, who made them a while ago. I never used them, but I'm gonna go post those up after the season. But yeah, that was kind of crazy. But yeah, it was pretty close. I mean, and I think I got the abilities. It wasn't too bad. It was different.
Yeah,
threw more stakes.
I think I got the blueprint too to when he won all those awards that first season, Spitty. So I think I have the blueprint to that. If you wanted that with the belts, remember the belts and everything hanging on and everything. You can just update the photo.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yep.
Yeah, someone's gonna make it one of those Damian Lillard memes and still put at the bottom 0 playoff wins.
Yeah, bro, should have definitely that's crazy. That was crazy, man. All the MVP candidates ended up being one didn't end up going. I would have liked to see Geno Gannon in it. They didn't let him go, of course. And then the other two, they were trash their last game in the playoffs. That was crazy. Devin Wade definitely looked bad his last two games, but I'm not going to stand for the Devin Wade slander, bro. Dude was still like that this season, man. Regardless of the last two games, dude was still like that this season. So lay off a little bit of Wadester.
Barely.
You know what I mean? But what's the name was who's that?
Said he was like that until it mattered.
Yeah, we could say that, but he still was like that at some point during the season, you know. As for Savoy, I think that they lost to the Hogs, man. I'm still shocked about the Hogs, but honestly, not really. That defense has been good really since Q was, there coaching even before. But I think Q, before he left, put that team on a whole nother level with getting that DN, that outside linebacker, that they put at the edge, and Case and Fine. Because when you had Case and Fine and Kean Dever on the edge, and you had those beast young linebackers, it was almost like you couldn't do nothing with that front seven. And their secondary was pretty good. So it was shocking to see all that. But in terms of the Pro Bowl, I guess we really talked about everything we needed to. It wasn't really too much, except for let's look forward to next year. We now know that Relo Bucks will be getting paid out to the conference winner. to all the players and all the coaches. So that's great. A lot more at
Hey,
stake.
Forbes, whatever, man. Whatever, man. Because we told you this years ago that you
Hey,
need to
man.
do this, bro. And now all of a sudden, oh, look out of my hat trick. Now we're gonna come
it's
on,
a better
man.
time to do it
Come on,
now.
man.
It's always a certain time because we still had a problem with the inflation of reloads, dudes upgrading too fast. I figured that this was okay. This is now more of a time now that we have that under control. We can start to give out those reloads like y'all were saying.
Yeah.
Are you gonna those reloads after you reset? Or
Yeah,
are you gonna
after
hand them
reset. It'll be
on Friday. Be like,
oh,
my bad.
I'm tripping too, by the way. And this is for you're gonna take an L if you're in the Relo Bowl because right now upgrades are open because you were supposed to be able to upgrade this week if you was in the Relo Bowl. So if they don't get this message, you can't upgrade
RIP.
before the game.
We were just talking about how none of them did anyway.
Yeah, so
it's over.
We're gonna see who's paying attention. So Euro Wimbush, Chris Clark, #1 fan. Let him know about it. Who else? Dang, I think is that it? Is that it? I think it is. And my guy Jay, he's been missing the whole season, man. Because he got, just doing real life stuff right now and just don't have the time for the league no more. But man, how about the Miami cornerback, man, Jay Hayden? He was a beast for the Condors this season. Absolute beast. But speaking of the Condors and everything, we talked what we needed to about the Pro Bowl. Let's go ahead and get a look at this, bro. We're going to look at the bracket of what happened this year. Just a quick recap of the playoffs. So, ARC side. Yeah, we're going to relive these wounds. We're definitely going to relive these wounds because first game we're going top to bottom. First game, rolling, eliminated, first round. Bow. Bam. First round, man. Roland was the #1 seed until the last week of the season. And bro folded his last 3 games. And it all, I think, started with Ronnie Shanahan, did it? Yeah.
So I guess he sowed seeds of regret then.
I already barred him up the last podcast. We were going over this stuff. But hey, man, we're doing a recap. Got to get it again. Coach Dunn finally got his first win. And it was crazy because most of you guys don't see what's going on behind the scenes in the coach lounge. But Roland and Rob was going at it in the coach lounge, right? And I think I have to pick the winner of Rob. And no, it's not because he's my co-commish, but this is like you still don't got no playoff wins. Rob got playoff wins. In his worst season, he beat you.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang, Roland. You can't really say
play
anything.
The bell. Toe the bell.
I think at this point, Roland, you just gonna have to get it back in blood next year, bro. Because if y'all play, because there's no winning in any aspect of that. Like you don't have any playoff wins or a win over Rob. So it's like, you can't say nothing, bro. But the tough loss right there, 29-24. Then we had Coach Davis. Man, the Red Dragons were hot coming into the playoffs. They were hot. I honestly thought. I still felt like it was going to be between them and CT. CT, of course, ended up being them. But, we got shocked in the next round. But they slaughtered the Aviators at the end of the season. And then they played them again here. And they were able to beat them. A little bit of closer game. Could have been way worse, though. 30-20 was the final score there. And then we talked about it. Devin Wade getting absolutely destroyed. And I will throw one more thing out there for Devin Wade, man. He did play in those last games the toughest defenses in the league. So, it wasn't like he was losing to somebody or a defense that he should have been airing out. Like, he was literally playing 2 of the best pass defenses in the league. And they ended up doing him dirty. 38-15, the final score as they moved on. Then we had in the AR, let me just go through each conference. Then the Celtic Tigers having their first game. They beat the Miners earlier within the season. They played again, closer game, tough defense, but Justin Jones manages to get it done and advance on to the ARC Championship 20-13. And then, of course, Ronnie Football shocking us with not 1, but 2 playoff wins and his first ever playoff appearance, beating the red-hot Red Dragons and Coach Davis 31-29. It was a very good, close game, and those last games of the season for Ronnie Shanahan, he played his absolute best football of the season. And then, of course, we went to the ARC Championship game where the Hogs nearly had it. They were down 13-0, came back. It was 13-13, and if it wasn't for the crucial turnovers of Ronnie Shanahan towards the end there, Hogs probably would have won. And then also, this game really should have went into overtime because they ran out of time, and they could have kicked the field goal. And so hopefully next year, we don't have to deal with this anymore when it comes to the logic with everything that they're talking about with Madden 26. But that was the recap of the ARC. Now looking on the right side, Shamrocks, bottom seed, last seed, able to come back and beat the Desperados. They were kind of punching on them at first, but then the Desperados started to come back. Pick six was thrown. Desperados were up, and you thought the game was over, but Tom Wilson was able to pull them back, send it in overtime, and win it 41-34 in OT. Crazy game as they went to advance onto the divisional round to take on the Snowhawks. Then, of course, we had Forbes game right here, playing up against the Lumberjacks. Wasn't the last game y'all had like the exact same just about? Y'all went overtime twice?
Yeah, that was like the entire NRC.
Yeah.
In the first round, like the Steamers and Condors played week 18. I'd played the Lumberjacks week 18.
All rematches.
Like, just
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys managed to just edge them out 26 to 20 at the end in that OT game to advance on to face the winner of the Steamers and Condors game, which of course ended up being the Condors, who are in the Relo Bowl now, with a crazy controversial ending where you know we were just arguing about this a little bit, well, just debating, talking in the Discord before we got on this live, where CP and the Steamer guys, they're hot because they're like, man, the Condors shouldn't even be in the Relo Bowl right now, man. We should have had them out. And it's, you know, I would say, yeah, they got screwed, but you guys did have a 21-point lead. That's where it's like, oof, that's crazy. You had a 21-point lead and only scored 3 points since, and the Condors came back and won it 32-24. Not to mention they threw 2 pick sixes. So it was just like, what a comeback. You know, you can't take that away from Chase McCoy. So we advance on to the divisional round. The Snowhawks, number 1 seed, they are able to best the Shamrocks. Not really too much to talk about there. Snowhawks looked the way they were supposed to, but their offense was in question. The offense did not look good at that point, but they beat them dominantly by 22 points, 25-3. And then the Condors were able to edge out Coach Ford by 2 points. The final score in the defensive game, 17-15. Divisional round, crazy matchup. No, I said not the NRC championship, crazy matchup. The third bout between this big rivalry and the Condors and the Snowhawks, which honestly is getting up there with one of the best rivalries in the league now at this point. Even though the Snowhawks technically have been dominating, but no team has ever won 3 straight games in one season, and it continues to be a fact as the Condors were able to edge out the Snowhawks 17-13 to advance to the Relo Bowl, and that's where we are right now. Long recap, explanation, whatever it is, but we're here. Celtic Tigers, Condors. You guys, let me know, how do you think it's going down tonight? You guys can hear me or no?
Oh, I thought you were talking to the chat.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, like hello.
I think it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna come down to if Justin Jones can keep putting up the points, or is the Condors defense going to put it into it like they've been doing all playoffs? And I think I'm gonna lean the Condors. You know, I'm one of those coaches who believe defense wins championships, and it's exactly what the Condors.
Absolute blasphemy.
So I'm gonna go with Chase McCoy and the Condors. I don't want. I don't need another CT championship, you know, right now.
He said it's starting to feel like Ohio State.
The Condors, powered by Chase McCoy, man, rolling over the Celtic Tigers, man. I got a feeling. Look, it's like the Celtic Tigers, man, when they get to like the championship game or like a Relo or whatever, like they just transform, man. They start going crazy, bro. And honestly, even you can say the divisional round, man, they just they really start to shred teams, man. You start to see like how good this team actually is. I just kind of feel like they're favored. They're going to be favored in this sim, man. I think that this actually might get out of hand. As though I know we would all like to see a competitive Relo Bowl, but I think this might get out of hand, man. I got a feeling that if Jones gets going, and he's got this obviously talented defense here, and good decent offense, I think they might shred because I got to look at these DBs of the Condors, man. Speedy, you might have to elaborate a little bit here, but this might get outrageous, man.
Hey, don't sleep on them, man. Jay
I ain't gonna
Hayden.
sleep, but I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm not
I don't
saying
know.
any one of them one-on-one is guarding Matt Niani because none of them are, obviously.
Getting cooked. Yeah.
But it's a
And
matter of
then
what route concepts is he on,
yeah. And I just think that this is gonna get crazy, man. Especially, I mean, I don't know. Are you setting depth charts at all with this, or are you just letting the game decide what it wants, or
What it's
what?
been all season, it's
What
been
it's
that.
been?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's worked for them. So I've kept them in
yeah,
that. They're doing exactly what they've been doing all the way up to this point that got them here. So
yeah. I got you.
depth chart is set. Everything is set. No changes. I'm not a big fan of changes anyway. Right before a big game or something important
Mm-hmm.
like that, I'm not rolling. But so now,
Yeah.
but nah, man. But
Change all the coaching schemes.
yeah, like
Like
I just don't think that it's worth doing that, especially if you're seeing the production that you're getting out of it. Um, what I will say, I don't predict a blowout. I think just because of how this game has been all season, a lot of games have just been competitive in general on this Madden, and these teams are very even. And it just seems like even if you look at these playoff games, I mean, what was really a blowout? The only blowout
the
we
Devin
had was the Shamrocks and the Hogs and the Bulls and the Shamrocks and the Snowhawks.
probably tried to just not mention Devin Wade getting blown out in the playoffs. You saw that? He was just gonna
Uh,
let it go.
Now I seen him at the corner. I was like, oh yeah, he got blown out too. But yeah, like other than that, all those other games, literally, are they all like one score games? How many one score games we got? We got one, two, three, four, five,
Yeah.
six, seven, eight, nine, nine one score games throughout the playoffs, and two that were blowouts, one that was more than one score but 10 points. So just looking at how this season has gone, I think this is going to be a really good Relo Bowl. Now what I do predict, I kind of feel like it's going to be like what we saw in the conference championship games. I don't think we're going to be seeing a team score like 20 plus points. I think it's going to be probably a low scoring team game because both of these teams literally in their last two games came out of games and with a similar outcome. And they played good defenses, which what both of these teams got. I will say this though. There is a disadvantage for the Celtic Tigers where I think this is where the Condors can take advantage and win this game because they're without their rookie defensive end and Luis Quintana. And since he's out, that really weakens the edge rush. Condors are 100% healthy. The good thing for CT is they get Michael Afriyie back. But that's a weak spot. So I think that if the Condors can take advantage of that, the pass rush of the Celtic Tigers does not get there as fast because they like to blitz a lot and they get home a lot. I think the Condors and Chase McCoy have a chance to win their first Relo Bowl here tonight. So I'm gonna go with the Condors by a small margin, maybe by like 3 points, 3 to 4 points. I think they win it
CT by 14.
by 14. Jeez, what you got?
Yeah.
I have the Condors in a 3-4 point game.
4 point game too. All right, yeah. So yeah, that's it for our predictions. Of course, we're gonna find out who's gonna win and hoist that Relo Bowl trophy tonight. Again, 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys come through for that. And what we will move on to now. Let me go ahead and make sure we talked about that. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the game up here. I'm trying to move this up. All right. So this is kind of small. I probably want to do the other one. Yeah, probably this one. Yeah. And we'll get the playoff bracket out. All right. So I'm in the file right now. I heard you were going through some of the guys who got some upgrades. Forbes, do you like just about know all of them?
I don't know all of them, but I know how many we have of each.
Okay. Yeah. So
I don't know
we have
who's
players. What's the best way to check? Because I thought right here they used to have a X factors and all that stuff you could check.
Yeah, you used to be able to see them all right there.
So maybe you think that if I turn abilities on right now for a second, it'll pop back up?
No, if you go to Neon and then search player, you can sort by abilities.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I don't have Neon
That's
up
what
at the moment, but I guess you could take charge in this if you want. Point out specific players that you saw. Rob, you too, if there's any specific players that you could think of that you saw that has gotten an upgrade at the end of the season. Wow, of course this would happen. Now we gotta wait for that to load up. All right.
I mean, starting with Rob's team, a big one is his DN, Austin Sanders, went to Superstar.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. That was a good one.
I think I said earlier, Justin Jones was a superstar before now, right?
Yeah, he was a superstar,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
Gone up to X
So
Factor for the Relo Bowl.
first time.
Oh, he's gonna be X Factor for the reload.
Mm-hmm.
He's an X Factor.
Holy, I'm telling you, CT by 21, guys.
Another touchdown.
Devin Wade. Devin Wade has gone from normal to superstar.
Hey. What was
Not
y'all
normal
saying?
star.
What y'all saying about this?
Normal to superstar is crazy.
Yeah, I'm at star.
You was putting all your your mojo into that one. That's diabolical. He's a superstar now.
Yeah, I didn't edit that. That the game did it. I don't choose.
No, I know.
Okay.
I was just saying you schemed them very well this season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wade.
Tyrell Shepard on the Bisons went to superstar because he won Rookie of the Year.
Nice. This thing takes forever to load these teams, bro.
Which means Ronnie Shanahan stayed normal.
Let me ask you this, Smitty, because Darius just made a good point here. He says that Wade could go back down if we have too many superstars. Is that true?
That's the point I was trying to hold towards the end, just to have a disclaimer after we raise everything up. But yeah, since it's out the bag right now, let's go ahead and talk about it.
But wait a second. Is my rookie going down?
I don't think anybody who won a Rookie of the Year award is going to go down.
Oh,
I don't think. I'm not sure. I can't promise that, but I don't think that's
what.
It's like based off of age and stats.
Yeah,
and
most
like
likely they're young, so I don't see that happening.
Like currently we have 101 X Factors. The game only allows 50. 51 X Factors have to drop to superstar.
Oh, RIP, guys.
And then from that, after those one drop.
Hey, chum. See you, buddy.
After those 51 drop, we'll have 153 superstars. Game only allows 75. So 78 superstars have to drop
Nobody
a star.
can get in the file anyway, so I don't care if the password's showing. You got it full, but
and then after
Kenny,
that,
Glenn
we'll have
Hay.
610 stars. So 110 stars have to drop to normal.
So I'm gonna have you go over that again because this is what we have. We're
wait, Smitty, did you show the password just now?
Yeah, but we're maxed out in the league, so nobody can join if they wanted to anyway.
Oh,
yeah. So
okay.
Here we go. So there's 75 total X factors that there could be.
Which means 26 X factors have to drop.
So 26 X factors have to drop. We have 100 superstar devs. How many you said was there? You there?
Superstars.
Oh, to say it again because cut out.
The limit's at 100 superstars, which means about 30 superstars have to drop to normal.
Okay, 30's got to be going there, and then we've got 500 star devs. That's a lot, so we're not even gonna count that up.
Wait a second. I got a question though, Forbes. Does this include players that are in free agency?
Yeah, it includes anyone who currently has.
Oh, so this might not affect as many teams as we think it is. Then, if it's because there's a lot of players, generics in free agency, right, that have these on them.
Have X Factor and Superstar.
I think it's a few guys in there, so that will be getting taken off.
Okay.
And then after that, of your 500 stars, 70 players have to drop from star to normal.
70 players. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. because I'm so glad I don't have to choose all that no more, because the game's gonna just pick who should get it, and I'm just gonna rock with that, because that definitely saves me. Because I remember in the past I had to try to narrow this down myself, and it's like, yo, you got coaches hitting me up talking about, yo, I think bro should be able to still have this because he did this and that, and I'm like, yo, everyone trying to persuade to say this guy deserves to do this and that, and it's just
Yeah, but like of Vector's going down. I mean, I'm going to have to assume that like Glenn Hay currently has X Factor. I wouldn't be surprised if he drops all the way to star because he got benched in week 3.
Yeah, he might even go to normal. You think they'll drop him? Was it one that they drop or multiple?
He's old. No, they can drop. They can go all the. So you can only go up once per thing, but you can drop as far down as the game thinks you need to drop.
So let's say if we were here and just organize this by top players. Geno Gannon's young. Reed Wagner, he actually still played pretty good statistic wise. He could go down to superstar. I could see that. Washington's going to keep his, I know. Gilly most likely just go keep his superstar, but we don't know. He could go down because he's about to be 33. Sure LC3 dropped down to superstar, so
the game could decide that he needs to drop again to star if it feels like it.
Yeah.
If like his interception was a real issue, he could drop to star.
Yeah, he did not have a good season. And then we have, of course, Jones. We saw at the X Factor. Jabri Jackson, he's got X Factor right now, even though he had crazy stats, but he's most likely going to be dropped. He's going to be 34 too, so I definitely see him as a top candidate that's going to be taken away in that regards. I think DeAndre, he did all right, so I think he's going to keep his. You got Anthony Savoy, definitely going to keep his. Superstar Chum Lee, he's gonna be 29. He was one of the league's best passers, so I'm gonna say he's gonna keep his.
You go back up to Savoy real quick. So Savoy's still a star, so it's still good to notice that he didn't even go up to superstar.
Yeah, so he might go. Well, do you think they're gonna raise him if they didn't?
So when you advance to Super Bowl week or Relo Bowl week, that is progression. When you advance to the off season, that's regression week. So after you advance, one fall.
So that means Anthony Savoy is still going to be a star.
He's a star.
Okay, that's tough. But he's still young. I mean, look at that rating. I think he's what, 90 now? Still crazy. Yeah, it's a lot of guys we're seeing that's about to be out the league even at this quarterback position, man. So quarterbacks have some hope. But here's another thing I do want to talk about. Guys, we told you when you first joined the league that if you create a quarterback, it's your own risk that you're going to have to follow through with that person's career, right? We said this multiple years. So if you made a quarterback, please stop coming to me asking if you could make another college series player. You knew the risk when you submitted the player. That's all I'm going to say, because we've been saying it literally for about 4 years now. So if you submit a quarterback, your guy's on a roster, he's not playing, but he's a part of that roster, they need him, then it is what it is. You just got to stick with it. Now, if you come and talk to me and say, hey, man, I do plan on making another player. I don't see my guy getting a start. And I would like to, if you're not going to use my guy in the future, since he's not starting, I would like him to go into free agency and retire him. You can do that. You can talk to me about that. If that player is needed, which honestly, I'll be honest, if you're a backup and you're in that situation and you're not like a high overall, I can do that for most guys, right? Because I already know there's probably going to be a quarterback the next year that's submitted that can get drafted and take your spot and have to grind the way out, So just know that. Don't come to me in that situation because you knew the risk. All right. Just back to this too, Wakefield, X Factor. I don't want to go through each position. But we could go ahead again, go to main guys. You talked about Mix's DN and Austin Sanders here. It is crazy the development he's had, right? You see this 22 years old, superstar dev, man, and he's already at an 85. This is big time. Right? Big time. So this guy jumped up 10 overalls for when he was drafted, because I think he was a 75. So that's massive. And he got a dev, and he just got that upgrade too. Look at that 73 XP. Just got that. Crazy.
Yeah.
You should
But
go check
rightfully so.
Yeah, we
Jordan
boosted
Granger.
that speed rusher on him, man. So he's gonna be even crazier now.
Who you said to go to?
Check Jordan Granger because it
Oh
says
yeah,
hidden on knee.
Jordan Granger.
So he's a good candidate that could have jumped up to superstar.
Yeah, I think he did, which is crazy.
We got
Yeah,
a
he
Roby in
did.
this league.
Yeah, linebacker. I think you
Oh,
knew about him before, but he wasn't
oh,
good. But yeah, Jordan Granger, 75. I mean 85. And his
nice.
first year with a superstar dev. This guy surpassed and he earned it, man. This guy surpassed pretty much got on the exact level, but I say slightly surpassed Calvin Poole. Because Calvin Poole didn't even get a superstar. Calvin Poole
You
was
would think he'd
exactly
make a Pro Bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, to do this at year 1 at the age of 21
That's
is
higher
crazy.
Calvin Poole.
Huh?
He's a higher overall than Calvin Poole.
I got Calvin Poole
Wow.
at 85. He's the same.
On Neon, it says 84. I think you were looking at the boost.
No, he should be. Let me see.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's 85.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's 85. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably was tripping out. But yeah, he's 85, but you can see the difference right there is that dev. And he's 22. So, I mean, these guys, it's crazy. The young quarterbacks we got now, this is why we tell guys, hold off on submitting a quarterback, man. Because it's a lot of young guys that just got it on lock for years. Calvin Poole ain't going nowhere. Daryl Johnson ain't going nowhere. Geno Gannon ain't going nowhere. Marquise Washington ain't going nowhere. It's a lot of dudes ain't going nowhere. That's young. Miles McCain ain't going nowhere. There's a lot. So just know Leo Moon ain't going nowhere.
And Joseph Torres ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, JT ain't going nowhere. Cause I mean, yeah, he's all right. Just gotta get the team good around him.
Yeah, scroll right over the Cougars.
Huh?
Oh, I said, yeah, scroll right over
the. Yeah, we know the situation.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. So
Where?
Yeah, what's another who's somebody else that jumped that shocked you guys?
I was shocked. Well, I mean, I wasn't shocked based on his season stats, but Ronnie Shanahan stayed at normal and making the ARC championship.
Oh, yeah.
Bain jumped to superstar too, didn't he?
Yeah, Bain jumped to superstar.
Oh, yep.
Well, you figured that was gonna happen, man.
Yeah, that is.
I almost feel like he should have been an X Factor, man.
Oh, he could definitely earn it next year. He played like that again.
Yeah,
I think it's right to jump to superstar. You know, even though he is still amongst the league's top, but you know, just slowly earn that, which forces you to have consecutive good years. You know what I'm saying? So like, if he could do this another year, he definitely deserves it.
But he only had was it a little over 3,000 yards passing?
Yeah, his stats this year. Let's look at these stats.
What was it 20? I think was it high 20s?
Yeah, 3,400.
Yeah, 3,400. Yeah,
more
that's not bad.
Picks, more
it's
picks
INTs though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna kill you every
time. Then
time.
you equate the run, so he technically had more touchdowns with 19.
Well, he had 7 fumbles.
That was bad too. Yeah, but I don't know if we count. We don't know which one of those were lost. Probably all of them were lost, just about. But like, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I think that's why. So Ronnie and Madden 26 trying to kill you next year too with the short quarterbacks. Him,
yeah, they are.
And old boy gonna have to look out for the Pioneers.
Javier.
Yeah, Javier. Yeah, see that. Look, we told you that eventually that short quarterback stuff was gonna come back to hurt y'all, and I think it's gonna hurt a lot next season. We'll see.
Yeah.
Who'd you just say? Who'd you say earlier, Rob? That came up.
Bain.
Yeah.
Bain. Yeah. I thought he would be like X Factor though, man. Because I mean he was going crazy, bro. But what did he start off at normal or?
No,
they don't usually jump. A star, okay.
Yeah,
that's a hats off to Dunn, man. Because I don't, bro. He played out of his mind, bro. Like that's one of the best scheme players this season that I saw. You know, and you could literally see him going to work. You know.
Yeah, and even last season, he was a beast. You know, he definitely was his breakout year, and he could definitely be a top. I mean, he's already at 88. That's crazy. 88.
Yeah.
Edge rusher already at the age of 23. And he'll be next year. So fire.
Scroll over the ratings. He's the 7th ranked outside linebacker. Right outside
crazy.
linebacker.
Crazy, man.
Sheesh.
Already a top 10 player at his position in the league in just 2 seasons. So, shout out to my guy Killian Bain, man.
Kevin
Yes,
Kudon
sir.
jumped to superstar.
Said who? Kevin Kudon?
Yeah, he jumped to superstar.
You all good? Done? All good? I'm telling you, Q-Pot, that guy was like a Mako shark, man.
Oh, I'm bugging. I'm looking for linebackers.
Every time I would see him come off the edge, I'd just be like, oh my goodness. Like, you could just see him just
Yeah,
going
Kevin
crazy,
Kudon
man.
was a monster this year too, man. Crazy. He's just an 80. But yeah, that superstar is going to help him out. He is towards the, he's going to, next year is going to be all, got to ball out again if he wants to jump that rating. But I mean, ratings is just ratings at the end of the day. If he continues to play like he did this season, I mean, this is going to be big time. And not to mention, he's going to have abilities next year if, we opt to have that on.
Who jumped to superstar?
You say, huh?
Who did surprise me that jumped to superstar?
Who?
Roy Kincaid.
Roy Kincaid.
Oh, Texas boy, yeah.
Oh, he went to Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
Oaks receiver.
Oh yeah.
Getting my oranges confused.
It also means since you didn't re-sign him yet, he's gonna want even more money.
Yeah, that's cool. They got bread. Dang, he was about to get another upgrade too. He was right there.
Sheesh.
But yeah, he had a monster year. I remember this guy back in the college series, man. It's crazy seeing dudes in the college series back then, man. And like I'm talking about, he was in the first ever college series with Geno Gannon and him. And just remember him making plays at Tennessee and everything. And it's crazy at some teams that just because they don't get that much publicity, you sleep on guys like this. And he was balling all season. He was really balling all season, man. There's a couple other guys out there that if you look at the statistics and you look at some of these top players, you'd be like, dang, he was playing like that this year? You wouldn't even know it. And there's a lot of dudes who earn their way up, and that's why I'm glad that he was able to earn this. Because Roy Kincaid's been a beast since coming in the league. He's been a beast since forever. Don't matter what team he's on, dude's going to eat. That's cool to see. Any downgrades you guys catch? We saw LC3. That was a big one.
I know on my team, Piku McCullough went from X Factor to superstar.
Dude's a 99 anyway, so.
Yeah. I just.
Yeah, KH from my team went down.
Still going to have an ability at the end of the day. Yeah, and he's only 26. He's going to be 27 next year. So that really, he just won't have an X Factor next year, really.
Next, when after, are you advancing right after the Relo Bowl? After you take your pictures and everything?
Yeah, I think I might.
Well, then after that is when we'll see the huge. A lot of people lose it.
Yeah. Okay. He went down to superstar, and KH almost in the same boat. Dude's literally a 98. He's the same age. These guys came out the same draft. I think they did. Yeah. Season 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, how crazy would he have been if he actually was in the college series and played for Bama? That'd have been wild.
Right.
But yeah.
I was gonna ask you. There's a lot of players in the league from Bama, man. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, most of them though didn't play in the college series.
Crazy. Yeah. I noticed that though. I was like, there's a lot of Bama guys.
Tavion Hall was from Bama. He submitted, of course, KH. There's a couple other guys, but that name really came out. Anybody else you guys can think of?
Those who just came to mind because they're on our teams. I haven't really looked at who went down. Because that's coming this upcoming week.
Yeah, it's going to be something to look forward to. And I was going to say that to Hodge too, because he put out a post about who went up in Dev. I was going to tell him like, man, don't go off of that because it's not. You don't know who might get dropped.
Shamrock's TL O'Neal went up to superstar.
Oh, that's a good one. TL. I think he's left in. Yeah. Well earned, TL. Stu's been a pretty solid DN for them for some years now. Didn't Lito go up?
Yeah, Lito's a superstar.
Yeah, that's another one. He didn't have super. Well, did he?
No.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
It was competitive. Xavier Eves had it, but he didn't.
There we go, man.
Now he does.
Lito done earned it. Won DB of the year. Well, he was second for DB of the year. Almost won it.
Yeah. Reinhardt, I got it. Thank you.
You said who?
Huh?
Reinhardt.
Reinhardt
Yeah.
got DB of the year.
Yeah. So yep. Shout out to Lito. My boy at 90 now. 3 seasons.
You know who stayed normal after all his talking?
Who?
AG3.
AG3. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I mean, when you pull up his statistics, he did have a good year now. But the thing is, if you want to get dead, bro, you gotta. Which he's only 22. He's gonna be 23 next year. The way you play this year and you keep getting utilized in that fashion, he almost had another upgrade too. But you'll get there. You'll definitely get there. Just keep investing in your player. I mean, you're already at a 78 at this age. You really start boosting up, getting your reloads together, man. And like look at this. Zone coverage being that low, you could boost that. Play rec, you could boost that. That's really in your press. You boost those 3 things up. It's a lot of guys, man, that could be in awareness. Because that's really a 70. That's not a 74. So, I mean, you boost these things up, man, which you could do. You could definitely see yourself making more plays than you already did this season. Because, I mean, bro did have a pretty good year, though. Not going to lie. But when you compare it to all the top DBs in the league, you still didn't have as good as a season. 3 picks is solid. Boy had over 100 tackles. So, I mean, you was getting it done. 8 pass deflections. This is good. This is good. But, and 2 touchdowns out of the 3 picks he got. And then, of course, we can't leave the kick return touchdown out. He had over 1,000 yards returning. It's crazy. Do all that and still be a normal. But it is what it is.
Hey, Hodge, it's funny, man, because Loso was telling me, man, about that bag you about to have to pay him, man. He told me that about at least a month and a half ago. He was like, man, he told me that in the DM, bro. Like, that's crazy, though. He predicted that.
And it's good that we are going to have a salary cap increase. I was talking with Forbes, and he said, we had at 270 because it was above the NFL at the time, and we had a lot of high-priced players, and we were fast-forwarding in the future and everything. But now that we don't have to do as much when it comes to that, Forbes was informing me, what's the next year's salary? It's 280?
It's going to be 280.
280 in NFL. So at this point, we're going to be moving with the NFL. So I don't want to hear no complaints from other people talking about, hey, man, our players are different. Hey, we was at 270. Stuff is good. We're going to get a 10 mil increase. And from there, whatever you can afford, because there's some teams on the edge right now. There's going to be some dudes moving. Trust me. So, yeah, and that's a good little increase to get right now, because I think
on your AI teams, they're going to be moving?
No, y'all's team.
All the rest of all the AI teams are perfect. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, well, there's a couple teams. I gotta release some dudes too. Like, yeah, it's gonna be some young talent going. I know the Snowhawks for sure. They're like right at the cap.
Right.
Actually, according to this, they're 2 mil over the cap.
Yeah, it was something on there where it shouldn't be that high. It was something that had to be fixed, but they're really at it. So a lot of dudes are gonna have to go. Especially, what are we opening up next year?
Hey, wait, hold on, Smitty. Yeah, I was just about to say it, bro. Yeah. So so this is what's crazy, bro. I was looking at practice squads versus draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's a lot of movement that's about to happen on these rosters and on the practice squads. Well, just the practice squads alone, bro, because of the 53 man and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, bro, there's about to be a lot of guys in the free agency, man.
Yeah.
A lot of talent, bro.
So, yeah, it's good. That's going to be nice to fill in for depth and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, I'll just be honest. I'll just say my team, like, I have the 10 picks, but look, look, bro, they all have to start or it's a wrap. You see what I'm saying? Or not start, but be on the 53. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be so crazy now with the free agency, man.
Yeah, and so I think with that we hit just about every star dev upgrade player. Of course, we know these aren't going to all be official until after the Relo Bowl. So we put those names out there for you guys to be able to see. And now is the latest on just the college series news. So I'll go ahead and put this full screen down so you guys can see us once again, and put thumbnail or something up here so we can fill in the space. But yeah, the latest college series news, honestly, is everything you've been seeing from the college series. You guys already know we got coaches coming. I've only announced 2. School's been crazy, so I haven't been able to make more graphics like I wanted to with the other guys getting on. But we got quite a few college series coaches coming on. And it's going to be interesting because I don't know if I made it public for college series coaches. Unless the player's already on the team and returning, you cannot revoke any of their scholarships or anything like that. But college series coaches do have the ability to decide who gets on their team or not. So that's like pretty much handing out a scholarship. I don't see how most guys would probably deny somebody anyway, unless they just got bad blood before coming in. Because I mean, at the end of the day, new guys are just coming in and taking over whatever there. So but that is a possibility. Can't take it away though once it's been given. So yeah. With the college series 2, we know that the game early release is coming out July 7th, so that's literally in no time. All college series coaches, you better have your game pre-ordered. If you do not have your game pre-ordered and ready to go, by the time we start this up, because we got to start this thing up fast and start moving as soon as that game drops, you could find yourself not coaching this year. That's all I'm gonna say. And there is no after everything's set up. Now that everything's set up, can I come in and nah, it's over. So make sure you have that game bought if you have applied to coach. All right. Another thing is there's been a lot of guys who submitted players who still haven't gotten their invites yet. I think it's like 5 to 8 guys. Some guys I've sent it and they're saying they haven't got it, bro. And I'm seeing it. I'm like, yo, what's going on? But I'm going to resend out invites. I'll say sometime during the week since, there's no RFL stuff going on. We're just waiting for the college series game. College series 8 is about to be hype, guys. Before I go on and anything else, what are you guys' thoughts on, this upcoming college series and any news you're hearing about the game and even the game of Madden 26 for season 10?
Fire.
I mean, it's been
Dan, you don't have to say anything. He already said tonight. Okay. I called him done.
For those of you who don't know, Madden 26 is the last year that EA has exclusivity rights. So just like every time this happens, they're trying to put out all the stops. We're like, yeah, you need to sign back with us.
Yeah.
So yeah. They're trying to put everything they can into this game so they can keep signing that contract.
Yeah.
I'm excited for I'm not excited because I can't coach in the RFL one, so I'll have to go offline somewhere, some other league in space. But no, I'm excited that we could do the formations subs now with the college. So I think that's gonna enhance just the overall quality of sim play. And then just looking at everything else that's going on, man, I'm really hype about the new all these new traits and abilities that they have, and the slider sets for tackling and all that crazy stuff. And there's a lot you can mess around with. So it's a definitely a great step in the right direction. And I'm just hoping that again that EA carries over a lot of this a lot of the updates that college has. I am a little bit upset that college won't have the extreme weather like Madden, because I feel like college, first of all, has extreme weather. So I don't know why we're not getting extreme weather.
Probably be in there next year.
Yeah, because most colleges don't even have these big domes like the NFL does and everything. So yeah, I hope that they add that. That's gonna be outrageous.
Speaking of that, bro, I'm so glad you mentioned a dome, because the Relo Bowl is getting played in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and it's a dome, so we don't have to worry about no rain game for no Relo Bowl
rain game. Yeah,
Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that this is going to be a very good year for college. I'm really excited. Well, I'm biased, because of my picks situation, which is getting better. Cannot wait until offseason. It's getting better.
Yeah,
Can
it's
you
gonna be a
imagine? But
lot of
no,
crazy moves this offseason. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
Crazy.
but no, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the new head coaches. The opportunity. I'm jealous as I don't know what. I'll tell them in a heartbeat. But at the same time, I'm excited to see them. I love what they've been doing, the culture they're building on the college series chat. I hope that, that can inspire our RFL coaches, because they're doing it the right way. And I'm just excited just about the atmosphere. There are a lot of great community members here who are supporting their players, which is what we've always wanted. You know what I mean? And it's just fun to watch, man. And so I'm well invested into this new college series. Gonna be calling those games, the best I can for y'all this year, man. Iron lung, what I'm saying, this summer, man. So good thing too that I'm off, off work. So they'll get a few good months out of me, man. Out of me, as far as that goes. But yeah, I'm just overall excited about all of the enhancements, man. The league deserves it. The players deserve it. I'm just glad that they're taking this more serious. I think it's going to turn us up.
One last little gripe I would give them that I hope we see next year is please flip and both. Please flip the camera when the kicker's kicking the ball, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'm tired of trying to guess if it went through or not from a side view.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, why is it? This was in Madden 12. Put it back, please.
Yeah. It was something I was just about to say, bro. Man, I just forgot it, bro.
My bad, bro. I messed him up.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
That stuff is.
Oh, you're not coming through Forbes.
Just end outside linebacker.
Say it again, Forbes.
That in Madden 26, they're adding an edge position instead of just outside linebacker D end.
Yeah.
Like they have edge and they have Michael Sam and then they have
long snapper,
gadget player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like those are positions kind of like how the fullback's been utilized. Like I feel like people think they have to force a player to be in a position, but it's like I don't think so, because it's like either you have somebody there or you don't type deal. So I think it's going to be like that when the game comes out, because there were some people that were voicing their concerns with that. Like, well, do I have to force a player on my team to be a gadget player? Because I don't have those, or whatever it is. I don't think you have to. It's just a matter of it's there, like the fullback, if you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've just been hearing a lot of great news, dog, about Madden 26.
I think
it's about to be crazy, yo.
I think also that it's going to be a lot harder this season, and I mean this is going to be a good test for the user head coaches. But they've added in the real coaches into the college, right? The tendencies and everything. So now you're not. This is not going to be games against generic coaches. These are actual coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be something that turns it up.
Yeah, you cut out mix.
Can y'all hear me still? Because it just froze. Yeah,
it came back.
But no, what I wanted to say is, bro, now we get the official atmospheres, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you like, I know we didn't have them last year. If you've never seen what the atmospheres look like on sim mode, bro, it's a beautiful game, man. So I'm really excited about the atmospheres
and everything, and the bands and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah,
so
we had
coaches,
13 teams that we had to rebuild on Teambuilder because they didn't have the editing feature available then. Mm-hmm. There is one concern that I do have that I did not think about though, is skin color. I hope they allow that to be adjusted. If not, what we have to do, which is just going to take us a longer time to build. It's not like we can't get by it. We have to take a player that has the skin complexion or the look that somebody wants that's coming in or that's coming back. Yeah. And then you just have to rebuild that player over him and then swap for, and recreate the player you built over just so you can have the same player back where you took from. So that's definitely going to take a long process.
Look, you've been finessing this game for 9 seasons, man. And I got to salute to you. Hopefully we can get the applause in the chat for everybody, man. Smitty has been finessing this game, man, for many, many years, like literally finding workarounds. I don't know how you do it, man. But that's crazy. You just thought about that off the top of your head. But I just hope that we get to a point where bro, let us change it all, please. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. we're tired of finessing EA. We're tired of it, bro. let us edit this, bro.
Yeah.
Give us the
Another thing,
power, bro.
I do understand the NIL. I definitely understand the NIL stuff, but it's just like, bro, most dudes do not care about that. But at the same time, they got sued to begin with because most people didn't care, and it was that one dude because he ain't make it to the league or whatever. It didn't work out for him. O'Bannon or whatever his name was wanted to go ahead and take it. Oh, he's using my likeness, and I didn't. They getting paid, and rightfully so. But at the end of the day, bro, you didn't have to do that, bro. You've been out of college, bro. Like, so I didn't understand that. I do understand they're protecting them, but like, if they can at least allow us, I hope they allow us to edit the players. Another thing is, instead of me just trying to finesse the game, I feel like EA watches some of our content. And from that, I want to say, if you're listening to this, like, yo, we need to be able to edit these players and more capacity in terms of like more abilities and more detailed stuff. Like, took the right step, right, with adding more traits, but let's extend on that. Now that's gonna make our job worse. I ain't
Like,
gonna
we
lie.
need, honestly,
My job's
bro,
gonna be
we need
really bad.
we need like the like, I hate to say it, but the 2K ability, like
Yeah.
big men, like in 2K they have sliders for like power forward, center, and how fast they move in relation to everybody else.
Mhm.
Like, we need sliders like that for like our big quarterbacks versus our smaller quarterbacks, right?
Mhm.
Like, everyone shouldn't be, like Ben Wakefield should not be moving, like give me, I don't know, Robinson or whatever. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it should look totally different when when these guys are, but you can't really tell that, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that if you look at the NFL, and I'm sorry for my age here, but like Ben Roethlisberger, right, bro? Ben Roethlisberger moved totally different than every quarterback in the league. Brett Favre, right? Not the best athlete, moved totally different than other players, right? So I just can't wait till we get that kind of level of customization.
And I feel
with this
like
game,
with
man,
what they put in is definitely
Yeah,
taking
that's
a
what it
big
sounds like.
step
They're
towards it.
starting to move
Yeah,
there
definitely.
with the throwing animations and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something else I really wanted to talk about, bro.
I think the only thing I'm worried about that when it comes to like the throwing animations, like they have all the new quarterback arm slots, this, that, and the other, right? For the 32 NFL quarterbacks.
Mhm.
And like when we do our way of playing, where we have to get all these random
You cut out. Talk again.
people, are we still going to be limited to what we have? Yeah. So like, are we still going to be like, when it's time to build our players, are we still going to have generic 1, 2, 3 over the top 4, 5, 6, or are you going to be able to be like, all right, Gannon can have Lamar Jackson's throw style, like?
The way
how
I feel about it, man, is if it's in the game and they've had it, it's kind of like, I feel like you got to go with which you got to go
No,
with.
what I'm saying is,
No, I know what you're saying.
Is it going to have both, or is it going to have one or the other? Is like,
Yeah, so I know what you're saying. I'm saying I've always been a person where if this is what it has been and it's there, you keep it, because that has been you. There's nothing that the only way where it's going to be drastic differences is because I'm going to have to do a lot of determinations for every team's player on these traits because we didn't have them before. And I don't want coaches just picking traits. Just you're gonna make the best player out of dudes who really don't play like that. So I'm just gonna go literally.
what are you talking about?
Huh?
So I would never do that. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Bro, put all the best abilities on their quarterbacks, every player. So like for me, I'm just going off of throughout all these 9 years, what has this player done compared to these traits consistently? Like we do have those quarterbacks that were like seeing ghosts more often. Guys who were forcing passes more often. I mean. Then we got those dudes who are very accurate, because like we could say that most of our quarterbacks still play the same, but they still slightly differentiated themselves because like a player, just to point out, that's playing in Relo Bowl right now, Justin Jones. There's a lot of inaccurate quarterbacks, right? He was a monster this year. Like you wouldn't even think he was, for the most part, on the same sliders as every other quarterback, but he was in the same exact situation. So it's like certain quarterbacks are going to stand out more for a trait. So that's how I'm gonna choose it for every position. And they got 50 right now. I just know they're going to build on it. And then I'm seeing the finesse thing in the chat. I remember it was something I really wanted to talk about with EA, about for EA when it comes to us, so we don't have to finesse something. Hopefully it comes back to mind. But
Probably like carrying over the rosters.
that
It'd be
too,
nice carrying over
because this is
carrying
my
over
plan, bro.
rosters,
If
franchise.
they
Man, it's
say
crazy.
Team Builder can transfer over, guess what we're doing, coaches? We already got the teams made. Now all we got to do is just build them on
on the Team Builder,
on the Team
and
Builder,
then carry them over,
and carry them over, and we'll never have to do it again. And that saves us a ton of time, man. That saves us a lot.
So that means that means that we need to be building them over Team Builder now.
Well,
Is that
until we get the
what that sounds
confirmation,
like?
I don't want guys building and then it's like, oh well, nah, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Once they give us the confirmation that these same teams, same rosters will be the same, then we're gonna start doing that. The only thing that sucks with it,
not to
Mhm.
go ahead.
I would say the only thing that sucks with it is the fact that it's on one account, and so I would have to like change the password around, pass it around so that you guys can have access one at a time to build your team. So guys got to really be on building their team.
So carryover is confirmed for college football, definitely.
It should be.
I'm gonna
Madden,
check and see if it's for Madden. But I'm gonna just say, bro, look, it's downtime right now. As a precaution, bro, I feel like we should probably put coaches on that, bro. Because what if they do? Then that means that we have it done well in advance and don't have to worry about building. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If a coach
I feel
wants to
like
do that, then I wouldn't mind. If a coach tell me, yo, I want to start building my team right now, but at the end of the day, we have to wait. We have to wait anyway until off season.
well, the other thing too, though, is that this has to be through you, though, doesn't it? Because it's currently
Yeah, but that's why I said that
all the teams would have to be on your account.
Yeah, that's why I said what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the password to something that
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going to give access to everyone that's a coach,
yeah.
right? And when they have that access, okay, they can log in one at a time doing it, right?
One at
And
a time
then
doing it. Yeah.
after everyone's done, I'm going to change the password to something only I know so nobody can get back into it.
Yeah, give me that ASAP because I'll get mine done ASAP, bro.
But I'm going to say this, I still think we need to wait because we don't know what your roster is going to look like. So building these players right now,
I see what
still
you're saying.
don't, you know, it's like let's just wait until the off season hits because we always have an off season close after moves.
Yeah.
And then after that official off season close, and we're a little bit in the college series,
you're right.
we can start building.
I got you. Yeah. Okay.
Right. But dang, I know it was something else, bro. It was definitely something else about the finesse. Oh, I just seen Baker says gadget position will be like Walton from wide receiver to halfback. I think so.
Yeah, that's what the gadget is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you could take. I mean, it's really just about either putting your big physical, athletic guys or like your speedsters in playmaker roles. And so what that looks like is what I know we banned this wide receiver to halfback, but I mean that's realistic.
If it can be done through gadget, but
yeah,
if it's you have to try to finesse it the way that Madden has in the past, then we're not doing it. But only gadget is the only way you can try to get that going.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Now with that though, Smitty, is the two-way thing. So you gotta, obviously you have to have rules on that,
Oh yeah, two-way, I'm not having it. You literally have to be the GOAT.
And well, that's what gadget is a part of too. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but gadget could still be like at the end of the day, we know guys who could be gadget players who could play. Okay, he's a beast receiver, but if we put him at running back, he still could ball. So we know our gadget players, even though they never played two ways. But like in terms of really being a two-way starter player, that's not going to happen in the league. The only way that could happen is literally if a dude played both ways in college football and was literally the top at both those positions in the league. And that I got a question real quick. Mm-hmm.
Because this happened way before I got here. The reason, so I had Piku McCullough, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 5 years ago, whenever he was built over a corner.
Yeah.
If you look at Piku, he has 88 man coverage in 72 zone.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You know what era that is.
Yeah, crazy era. But a player like that, I wouldn't allow. I wouldn't allow because he's not even going to have the ability for one. Because you guys got to remember, there's going to be ability associated with this for a dude to even be able to do that. Because Travis Hunter will have it. Yeah. If you really try to put Piku McCullough at both, dude's going to be so tired, he's going to get cooked and not win any routes. So it's like you don't want to do that anyway.
No, I was just
funny
asking.
Story, man.
Like, it's like, say we go into the season and I lose 2 corners.
Yeah.
Like, and like I can't sign a third.
We could probably work something out like that. But it's not.
Like,
but nah. Because I mean, it's not like you can't find somebody else. I don't want players now. Because when you give something like a gateway like that, if it's a dude who has not played it like that, we're just not going to do it. If you were part of the old era, it's all about the new guys coming in. So if a new guy can do that, then cool.
He does have the 88 man. That's the only reason I was asking.
Yeah. Now that's cool.
Funny little story, man. We it was the first day or week that Bill and I had gotten into the staff, and we were in the staff for a while, but then we got to the phase where we had to rebuild all the players. So this is our first time doing it, right? So, man, we get in there, and Smitty was like a young kid in college, man. So he was relying on a bunch of guys who just, they loved the RFL, but they just wasn't
wasn't doing the work. Oh, you cut out, Rob.
Am I still frozen?
Yeah. Okay, you good now. Never mind. It's still bad.
There we go.
We see the players and everything, right? And so we get in there, we see the players, and I get on the phone call with Bill, and I'm like, Bill, and whatever player it was, man, you know what I'm saying? It might have been like, I'll just give you a player. It might have been like Giddily, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has like linebacker attributes, right? And so,
I think it was
Reed I'm like, Wagner. Yeah, Reed Wagner has linebacker attributes, right? So I'm like, wait, what's going on? So then we get into another call. We had Mitch in there, and Mitch, man, he's talking like this, like, oh well, we just build him all the attributes. Bro, we went crazy, bro. Like me and Bill were like, absolutely not, man. And so that's kind of where the whole building all of the RFL players, right? Building all the attributes came into play, because it was like, bro, imagine if we still had those rosters, sweetie, with like this update is coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy thing,
you have two-way players everywhere,
all over the place, bro. But the thing is that Reed Wagner did have those things. So back when I first started, it was like the players I took from the Backbreaker Football League, which were a few. He was one of them. They only had 4 ratings. So I used those ratings for every single rating to come up with the player. And so that's why those guys had that. But there was a few dudes who had some crazy stuff too, but it was mainly because the dudes built them over a corner and they weren't doing, like, say for instance, they were building a receiver, they used the cornerback to do it, and then they didn't do all the attributes. So they only did the receiver-based attributes, but you build them over a corner, so now he can do both. So that's where the problem was coming in, because it's like, this dude should have never been able to do this. You were using the wrong players to build. So, yeah. It says there another transfer portal before the season. Yeah, there's another transfer portal only for, of course, players who, really it's only for players who are returning that haven't transferred before. So that's it. New guys, they're going to pick their schools come to live stream. So there is no transfer portal for them. Once you land and pick your player and where you're at, you have to play there for a year. Similar to Keyshawn. Keyshawn. I think it's Keyshawn. Yeah, Keyshawn coming.
What, Keyshawn? That's Covington, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. 90 plus catches. What was it? 90, was he? Was ridiculous.
Over 1,000 for sure. He was balling.
Yeah.
15 touchdowns, 16, something like that.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll have
there's just a few wide receivers as well. So
yeah. We'll have open questions up until 1:30. I'm gonna just make sure we get out of here. So podcast.
I gotta go fishing, man. So y'all hurry it up with these questions, man.
Yeah. So 6 more minutes, guys, for open questions. Make sure you ask away. We're gonna answer here live. So when does off-season trading and free agency signing start? Most likely it's gonna be a week after today. So Saturday, next Saturday, probably open up. Saturday or Friday night. I'm thinking Saturday though, because school has been. I gotta get on my grind with some stuff. So next week.
I know in Madden, when you advance, it goes to like the staff week.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it goes to the redesign stage. Are you just going to advance 2 weeks? Because there's nothing for us to do in the staff week.
Yeah, if there's nothing for us to do, then I'll just keep advancing until we get to the point where, the signing the free agents. Yeah, the re-signs.
Not the free agents, but like the
the
re-sign
re-signs.
stage.
Yeah.
You got a lot of work
re-signs.
to do on that.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
This is why I was just like,
Okay.
it might be even longer, guys, because again, I gotta find the time to do that. But
I don't want to go 4 for 4 on an untouchable list, man. I want to be able to sign people this year.
I got for most teams I've re-signed just about everybody I wanted, so it shouldn't be too much. But I still gotta go through all those teams. It's gonna be a lot.
I know that's when all the practice squad players get signed, and then you have to re-sign them too if you want. Is the re-sign stage.
And what I will say, since we are getting up to 280 mil, I'm gonna say let's, by that time, since we know we're getting that, let's act like we can spend that much because the game has 300 mil anyway. So
yeah, you have to have 20 mil free.
Huh? Yeah, you have to have 20 mil free, so you can spend up to 280 coaches once the off season hits.
Nice. But you gotta, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, never mind.
Don't want to plan to sign someone. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to get that out on time. That's why I was like, I might as well just, until I have everybody that I know I need, and I don't have. Well, untouchable players always seem to come up though, because it's like, it's always something where I don't think we should have any this year, to be honest. But it's always something where the player, it was something that came up. I'm trying to remember it, where you can't even sign or get a chance to sign the dude.
It would be like when I know it happened 2 years ago, where people like Max with the Elks, I think he left, got fired, fell off the team. And then they tried to force to re-sign a bunch of people, and you couldn't sign them.
Yes. So I have to make sure every account got something on it, and it's not on auto to some extent.
Forbes, you said we have to have 20 mil free, right? But actually, is it going to be more than that because some of us have penalties?
No, the penalty is associated with how much you have free.
Okay.
So, like, say you spent 250, and then you have a 20 million penalty. Well, the game will say you're at 270. You have 30 free, which means you still have that 10 mil left over.
10 mil. Okay, that makes sense.
Now, because the game goes to 300, if you release someone and that takes you to 295, the game's going to let you do it because the game thinks you have 300.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just make sure you stay in that 280 range. Spent.
Did you see Forbes' message about wanting to take over the contract, Smitty, in the lounge? I don't know if you ever responded to that.
Well,
what Bill was doing as far as making sure the adjustments and all that.
Yeah, that's just mainly just adding the penalty, right? But we're all in one file now. Like, that's all straight, right?
But when we transfer from Madden 25 to Madden 26.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I'll get you there, bro.
Okay.
Definitely. All right, we got 2 minutes. Mari saying BK
1 minute.
Bowl in my eyes.
He's got to go fishing. They said they locked him out yesterday.
Yeah, I don't see any questions. I think we answered. If you guys got any questions, talk it out. Send a message in the Discord, man. I think I'm about to. Okay, Baker did send something. So we can't see next season penalty yet, though, can we? That says used to show up in the team salary. Well, don't they have the penalty already of what it is that you have right now in the team salaries? I thought you could see that. Am I wrong, Forbes? Matter of fact, I'm in a game right now. Let me go to team salaries.
It'll show you the penalty for cutting, but Madden doesn't always put all that penalty into 1 year. Like say you're releasing a guy that gives you a 40 mil penalty. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get all 40 that year. Sometimes it'll do 20 and 20, sometimes it'll do 35 and 5. But Madden, it just based on how Madden decided to make that thing. Like you have Romeo Jackson right here. If you just cut Romeo Jackson at $56 million penalty, doesn't mean you're getting $56 million penalty this season. You don't know until after you cut the player.
This is Romeo's last season? Contract season?
He just got extended.
So 6. Okay, gotcha.
He's 6 to 6. We're just going to go off the penalty that it has for 2026. Most guys should be really low unless they've made some trades because I zeroed those out. So whatever you did this season should be there. We're just going to take that away. Whatever that penalty says it is right now, that's what we're adding.
The current, yeah.
Yeah, the cap.
You just add, then you just add it on next year, yeah.
I think it's already included too in the salaries, isn't it?
Yeah. So now for like here, Max, if you cut them, you just get that 48 mil, just whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be looking that make sure to look that stuff up too. So it shows current penalties. And old man will show you penalty for next season as well.
Yeah, next season.
Yeah. So what we'll do is like I might just jot all these down, and then maybe during the off season when it hits, it'll show next year's penalty anyway, right?
It should.
Yeah, we could do it like that. So who you think finna make the biggest splash in the off season? We don't know, man. It's the only time we're just gonna have to find out. But that's it for our questions. Again, you guys got any questions for us? Just make sure to go ahead and ask those in the Discord. We'll get to you when we can. And don't forget, I know the NBA Finals on, but the RFL Relo Bowl is on too, man. And OKC should have been won that thing, they last game. So anybody trying to see two bum teams go at it. If you want to see some good teams, man, go ahead and watch the RFL tonight. 9 p.m. Eastern, Celtic Tigers versus Condors for the 9th RFL Championship. Will Justin Jones win his second Relo Bowl? Or will Chase McCoy finally get one himself? Until next time, until tonight, I'll see you guys in the booth at Atlanta. Peace.